Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. So last week I started you off with my top tips on how to achieve your fitness, weight loss and toning up goals, as well as other goals you may want to achieve this January. And so first of all, you needed to know exactly what you wanted to achieve, and then after that I gave you some top tips just to get you straight on with it, basically, because January, that's usually when you're most motivated, starting the new year, feeling like you're ready to get going with a new exercise plan or healthy eating, and you just feel like the need to do it more. So I wanted to get you started, get on feeling like you're feeling the benefits. So hopefully over the past week you have already started, and that is exactly how you're feeling. You're feeling one step closer to your goals, you're feeling good, feeling more energized. Perhaps you've lost some weight already, maybe a few pounds just from the first week of getting back on track and exercising as well, if that's your goal. Maybe you're feeling like the muscles have had a good workout with the exercise that I told you to do, or whatever exercises you've been doing. Maybe you're already progressing on some of your fitness goals as well. So hopefully you've seen some progress. If not, then make sure you stick with it, because the key thing is that it's not a sprint, it is a marathon as such. So it's not going to happen all in 1 week. As much as I'd love to be able to press a magic button for you and achieve your goals and get to the weight you want to be or the fitness you want to be or whatever, unfortunately it does take a bit of time and effort and kind of a bit of hard work, but it is worth it. So you just got to keep with it, and that is the key thing, being consistent as well. So this week I'm just going to give you some top tips of how to progress your results and what you started on as well. So if you were following my advice from last week, I was saying about losing weight, you've got to burn more calories and be aware. I wanted you to be aware of what you were consuming. So that's probably in itself been enough for you to be conscious of sort of, oh, I don't want that snack, I want to have a healthier snack instead, or maybe not snacking because you're bored, maybe just having a cup of tea if that's something you would have instead, or not snacking at all, and just being more aware of what you're consuming, and whether it's because you're actually hungry or because it's convenient, or you're bored, or you're stressed, or you're tired, or whatever. All of those emotions, all of those things do actually, for most of us, they will lead to you to make different choices with your nutrition, but without even realising it. So if you're just that bit more conscious about what you're consuming, or thinking about it before it goes in your mouth, then hopefully that's helping. So this week, in terms of losing weight, I want you to keep on with the burning calories. So whether that's going out for walks sort of 3 times a week, or if you want to start running or carry on with running, or exercise classes, just keep on with that side of it. And then with the food side of it, I want you to try and keep a food log this time. So last week I was saying be more aware of it, so that was more like a mental thing. In your mind I wanted you to be thinking about your food, but this time I want you to actually write it down on paper. And then a good way to think of it is pretend as if, I mean, by all means you can send it to me, but I was going to say pretend as if you're going to send it to me or to someone else that you want to be accountable to. And then if you feel like, for example, if you usually would snack on, I'm just going to say a Mars bar because that's classic. If you would snack on a Mars bar on a Tuesday afternoon or whatever, and you think, actually, do you know what? I probably shouldn't write that down on my food diary and send that to Becky, because she might think, what is going on? So I don't want you to lie, I don't want you to be dishonest, but maybe that will help you to think, maybe instead of the Mars bar, I'll have an apple or a banana or something a little bit lighter and a bit healthier. So that's why I'd want you to write it down, because if you can't actually bring yourself to write it down, either by paper or pen and paper or on like your phone or something, if you can't bring yourself to write it down, you kind of don't want to admit it to me or someone else, then it's probably not worth you actually having it. And the classic time you'd probably not want to write things down or not want to admit to stuff is like if in the evening when you're just sort of a bit bored and you kind of just, you've had dinner and you're not hungry and you just kind of fancy something sweet to nibble on, and then maybe one bit of chocolate turns into 5 bits of chocolate, or it turns into a whole bar of chocolate, and actually you don't want to be turning around and saying to someone, oh, I just ate a whole bar of dairy milk, huge bar of it, because that's a little bit well, it's just not probably the best thing, especially if you're saying that you want to lose weight. I want you to stick with your guns with that. So yeah, the key thing what I'm saying is write it down, and if you want to send it to me, feel free. If you're not so bothered about sending it to me, just write it down and keep a log of it every single day, everything you eat. And that's just helping you to be a bit more conscious about what you're consuming. Now, another resource, I've talked about it before if you followed me for a while, MyFitnessPal, really good free app that you can use. And that has a food diary aspect on there, so you could just log it on there, and it's even got like barcode scanners and a database of stuff that you can just add in, and then you put your portion size and stuff like that. So if you wanted to use that instead, that's a great tool to be using, and it will also add up how many calories and stuff. But actually, for the moment, I'm not getting you to think about calories. I just want you to get a bit more in tune with what you're consuming, and maybe just thinking about how you can make some better, healthier changes as well, so to help with your goals. So that's a key thing. So burning calories, and again, just stepping up that awareness and conscious eating is how I like to call it. So that's for losing weight. Now, if you're trying to get fit, then obviously you're going to need to do some exercise as well. Last week I was saying walking, I think 3 times a week, or upping that to running if you want to, and some short intervals. So if you started with the short intervals, then maybe just trying to up that, if you're doing 30-second intervals last week, maybe upping that to 45 if you feel ready, or you can just stick with 30 seconds. It's better than not doing anything at all. But if you're looking to increase your running and how long you can run for non-stop, 45 seconds would be the way forward, and do it times 10 again, and aim to do that sort of 2 to 3 times in the week. The alternative was to go and see how long you can run for non-stop. So for example, if you manage to run for 10 minutes non-stop, fantastic. Let's try and up that to maybe 12 or 15 minutes non-stop. So just maybe slowing it down a little bit, and making sure you time it on your watch or stopwatch with you, and just trying to keep going that little bit longer. Perhaps it will help if you plan out a route that's a little bit longer, so in your mind you know you've got to go further and get before you get back home. So that will help. So that's getting fit. Obviously, there's loads of different ways you can be getting fit. It can be video workouts at home, on the internet, YouTube, whatever. Obviously, I'm doing online personal training. I've got DVDs available with mini trampolines. There's loads of options, running, walking. You might have your own equipment, just be able to do some exercise at home. Whatever you want to really do. Obviously, I know at the moment we're a bit limited. Can't do every kind of exercise and the gyms aren't open. But there is loads you can do. And really don't put that barrier up of saying, oh, I'll wait till the gyms are open again, or I'll wait till this happens, or whatever. It really is about now, because if you flip it round and think of it as like you've got the bonus of perhaps some extra spare time. You're not having to commute to the gym. You're not having to commute to work, so you've got that extra bit of time. You're not having to drop the kids off at school. There's loads of things where you're gaining that extra time, so really do make the most of that now. Now is the time to get started. It is really important, not only just for health and to sort of fight COVID as well, like you're going to be in a better position to fight it off if you're fit and well, but also just, yeah, we've got time now. As stressful and maybe as kind of depressing it can be to be at home and challenging, it will boost you to get some exercise in and to make use of the time and feel like you're being productive and using your time efficiently and doing something positive for yourself, achieving your goals. Success is fantastic. It feels so good to just even get some small successes as well. So anyway, so that was fitness, getting some exercise in, and then toning. I talked about doing sort of 3 days of 10 reps of squats, lunges, I'm just reading from my list, press-ups, sit-ups and planks. So by all means, stick with those exercises. There's no need to sort of try and go crazy and doing loads of different exercises. Obviously, if you want variety, there's loads of exercises to choose from, but those exercises, and just doing it, maybe doing 3 days and doing 2 lots of 10. So you do 10 reps of each exercise and then do it twice through, and then do that on 2 other days in the same week. Or you could look to do sort of 1 round of 12 or 15 instead, just to up it, or time yourself for sort of 30 to 45 seconds, just upping it that little bit. So depending on where you started, what you were doing last week, just looking to increase it that little bit as well. would be good. Or if you've got some weights as well, you could add in some of those for some of those exercises as well, so kettlebell or holding dumbbells and things. Hopefully that gives you some good info for this week to progress your success and your goals and everything. I'd love to give you some really personal insights into how to achieve your own goals. If you want any personal advice or you want to find out more about personal training, please do get in touch. I'd love to help you. Now is the time, I promise, now is the best time to get started. So if you do want to get in touch, please do email me or send me a message on social media, and I will get back in touch with you and help you as much as I can. So for now, have a great week, and make sure you get started or continue with your goals, and I'll see you next week.